All right, here I am at 812 Bass Drive, and I've already been here, but my GoPro wasn't working, so I'm just gonna give you a little rundown of your property real quick. On most of these front windows, I didn't see a lot of damage. You can see some hits, but they're not really dented up. None of the beading is bad on that. And your front and your left sides are going to be the least damage. Your rear and your right took the most. This window on your left side looks pretty good. I don't think I could even find any dents on the screen, so that looks good. This screen kind of beat up. I can see if I can get this attributed to hail and get the screen replaced. Normally if I can just find one dent, I can get it. Even though this side didn't take most of the damage, it did take some damage. So let's try to get that covered for you. That downspout, obviously, like you said, the gutters were removed. It does have some denting, it's not connected. So we'll have to see. This little section of the gutters, I didn't see much damage. Normally when it didn't come from that angle and they're covered on the top with the screens, it doesn't go down into the gutter and dent it. So like I said, this one as well looked pretty good. There's a big dent on the left, nothing else there. All right, you do have, I don't know if you can see, chips in your beading on this side. There's some denting on this screen. You got a hole there. They replaced that and re-bead that. You have a couple little dents on this screen, and obviously all this beading up there. These are pretty resilient, and this thing's pretty new. Looks like it didn't take much damage, if any. You can kind of see your garage doors are pretty good. You can kind of see here the direction. This will be your right slope. It's the direction the hail came in and just beat up your fence. The good thing is you do have stain. Not on all of it, but it doesn't matter. As long as you have some stain and it broke through the stain, your insurance company will pay to power wash and re-stain your fence. And considering, oh yeah, even here on the back, like I said, it was this side and the right side. So I can get this whole length. You have that portion down there that's leaning. That could be a post or something that's broken. I could try to get that attributed to the storm damage, and they can will supplement so they can try to replace that. I will double check and show you kind of that part on the roof where the decking was kind of sagging, giving way, and you can actually hear it when you step on it. So I don't think it's a huge concern, but with this kind of stuff, you always just want to be careful and double check. Now, your drip edge isn't painted. You just got, like I said, you got the single layer, the 25-year, and your felt does come over the drip edge. It's not tucked underneath. It doesn't look like the gutters that you had. If you had some on the front, they weren't screwed or nailed into the drip edge, so it's still intact on this side. I will just show you do have some damage on the front. Here's a hail strike, here's a hail strike. You have some wear, that's wind and wear, where you see the striations across the shingles where it's missing granules. Hail, it's down to the fiberglass. To give you a good idea of your right side, I don't know if you can see it with the sun, but just the amount of damage in a small area. You got a big thing here going all the way through the fiberglass. It's pretty much have hit. I'll just count them off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's in this little area. Pretty much what the adjuster will do, he'll come out, he'll mark off a 10 by 10 area, 10 foot by 10 foot, and he'll try to find 8 to 10 strikes. So you are not going to have a problem with that. On your ridges, they take a lot of the damage. I mean, this thing is so gone. Just a fiberglass holding it together. This part's actually missing. Like I said, your front, not too bad, but you do have some sizable hits in it. Tore up a little here, broke through. You can see a big indentation on this one, it's loose, same with that one. Here's gonna be your left slope, and it's a little bit more than your front, but not as much as the your right or your rear. You can see here, missing there, there's a hit, 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 hit. So there is damage, not as extensive as the other two slopes, and just I'm gonna show you your valleys. They get a lot of wear, especially during storm with the water and the hail. It accumulates and rushes down so that you get all this. Even though it wasn't a slope that took the damage, it wears all the way down to the fiberglass, so you have no granules, and that goes all the way down your valley. You can see here front, just significant damage on your ridges. On this top one, all the way down, it's like that. This is your rear slope. Like I said, it was damaged as well. Here's probably where you're having problems. I don't know if this or your other one, but I'll show you your other two. None of these nails are caulked, so that's an open hole in your roof. You have this shingle missing, which this counter flashing should still be good because it's over top the felt, but you do have two nail heads exposed, and you have two little holes here. This could have been from a patch or previous, but those are just holes into your roof. Same with this thing. This is lifted up. It should still be good under the flashing. It's beat up with hail damage, but these nails, this one has actually come up, and they are not caulked. You can see a missing shingle here. You can see some caulk to come and repair this damage. See, this is so old. This was caulked at some point. You can see here, but that has gone away now on those. Kind of the same thing on this guy. He's good because the caulking is still good on these, but he's kind of raised up too, but he's just all beat up with hail dents. This is the area that we talked about on the phone where you pasture yourself, and it's actually pretty good. Especially I like the caulking over the nail holes, even though it's missing, the holes have been sealed, looks intact and is covered. This as well. The bad thing is this part right here has come up. These are caulked, but this has come up, and not only do we have nail heads exposed, that is down to the felt, and that's cracked, and I'm sure water's getting in there. So this might be the turbine you're talking about. Again, it's raised. These are kind of caulked, but they're so old it's been cracking. This isn't caulked, and it's just kind of raised up, not flush. That's another a leak kind of red flag problem area. This one, the same as the other ones, it's not pushed up as high, and the caulking is still good on these, but the flashing is all beat up. That's probably your best one. This one looks pretty good too, kind of beat up, but it's also raised, and it's kind of pulled the shingles up with it. Here, I'll just give you a view of your rear slopes. You can kind of see it's almost as bad as your right, if not worse. See big hail strikes that went all the way through the fiberglass into, I mean, this one just destroyed that corner, and it's everywhere here, just whole areas that were hit, and you can see the wind and the rain have really worn this whole, yeah, this thing is just barely even on there. So your whole rear slope right here, it's down a layer, and that's just down to fiberglass. Got some bulges in pockets where either nails or blisters have popped up. You've got some caulking repair work down here, but this is again your right side, so also heavy wear and heavy hail damage. This guy, the thing that I saw on him was these nails are no longer caulked, and the amount that it's raised and it's pulling the shingle up, that counter flashing isn't flush with the roof and the felt anymore, and that can be a leaking problem spot. Again, your gutters on this side, just massive dents all the way around. You can see the amount of granules that have filled the gutters. Actually, the weight of it has pushed this down, now it's leaning towards that way, and that's why it's collecting more. You can see down that way the same thing. It's actually, instead of up, it's leaning and it's pulling away from the house because of the weight of the granules that has come off the roof to collect it. So this would all be replaced. Now here's a part, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of hard, where it bows up on your roof, and there's different sections right in here that it's uneven, and there is give. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but you can hear it. That's not good at all. That's either warping on the decking, and it's not flush. The felt's probably compromised. And then it bows down, and then again over here you can just see the movement of me putting pressure on it. That's not good at all. And like I said, this whole area has places that are like that. So that, what I would definitely say is another problem area. Let me just check your chimney cap. This thing looked actually pretty good, if I remember. Didn't really dent up. These little tin things are pretty wobbly. I have a little damage right here on the flashing. Like I said, these aren't caulked, but the flashing looks intact and all the shingles look good. So this probably isn't going to be a problem as far as leaking. You can see through the fiberglass, So yeah, you do have extensive damage on the roof. Well, that's pretty much it as far as the inspection goes. Like I said, I'll put a little more information as far as the process and everything else in my email. But hopefully go through everything you can kind of see all the damage in the different parts. And if you have any questions, feel free to email or call me. Thank you very much.